I'd like to welcome you all to another edition of the Side Dive Podcast. You know who we are. Names are right below us. And you know what we do. We talk Cyclone sports, but it's mainly football and basketball. Um, it's a joyous time to be a Cyclone.
Oh man!
I mean,
Since the
let's just say the last time we were in this position, disco was king.
dude, do you
Yeah.
remember? Do you remember the song? The song the team was playing when the
I mean,
1980
weren't we another
Cyclones?
one bites the dust back then?
Yeah,
Word the Queen,
yeah.
Freddie Mercury, and all that. Another one bites the dust.
I had to.
1980.
Yeah,
Damn.
I was 8 years old. I had to go get the single. Yeah.
But yes, 5-0 for our Cyclones, and who'd have thunk it? Not Hawkeye fans, but here we sit, 5-0. It's weird to say we didn't lose in September, and then winning in October just seems like a normal thing for us at this juncture of the Matt Campbell era. We moved from Brocktober to Rocktober, and we just haven't missed a beat in the Tobers. But yeah, it was. We are 5-0. Baylor came to town, and the Cyclone Nation did not embarrass us on national TV. It was a whiteout, and it was a whiteout.
Oh yeah.
I had my reservations going in because we don't do those color games very well. So I was a little worried. I had nothing to worry about. But Pipes, you were there.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the whiteout, the atmosphere.
Oh, honestly, that was like probably the best atmosphere that I can remember in like a non-rival game or a non-game where we're playing a team that's ranked higher than us. And I mean, the last time I can remember that it was crazy. Like, Vernon, do you remember the 2002? It was the run game against Texas Tech?
Seneca.
Seneca in the run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it seemed like everybody that game was kind of off the hook, and but the game Saturday night, like everybody was like fired up before. You could just, I don't know, you could just feel it. I don't know, and it was cool. You get to the tailgate lots, and yeah, everybody had their white on and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And man, now I usually don't drink the beers during the game, but props to whoever's running the Miller, the Miller Lite in the Souk Up end zone, the $5 24 ounces. Yeah, that was a good deal. You can't get that at a bar, can you? You can't get that price at a bar. I mean,
Hey,
I know you can.
Big 12 tournament, $22.
Exactly, or any concert, that's a $12, probably more than that. Yeah, probably 15 bucks at least. So, no, that was cool.
Nice. So let's just, let's get to the game. I'll be the first to admit I was pissed at first, but we had the offense came out slow. VJ Stramus promised
No kidding.
that again.
I was sitting there. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, he's on it again.
And then on defense, we started dropping like flies, you know. Orange goes out. Singleton's on the bike. Purchase gets hit in the head by friendly fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Brazina goes out, and it's like, you know, what the hell is going on, man? We snake bitten, because I had mentioned during the preview show that, you know, if it's one team that causes us problems at home, it is Baylor. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, damn, man. Here we are about to lose these yahoos up here
Oh,
on a whiteout.
were you really worried?
Well, because those dudes weren't coming back and they were moving the ball,
Yeah.
and we weren't doing anything. So yeah, I was worried.
Yeah, I mean, but we were down, but we were like doubling their yardage. You know, I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't worried, but I was feeling really good about myself. So
well, you know, $5 beers will have you feeling outstanding.
Yeah, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
You know, I was not drinking said beers, so I was of clear mind and worrying. But as those dudes started coming back in, then all of a sudden everything, the fortunes kind of changed for Baylor, because all of a sudden they were able to do the things that they were normally able to do, especially when you got both Orange and Singleton back on that line. So, you know, that was big. And then Purchase, they kept saying they're picking on Purchase and picking on Purchase. And I texted, I'm like, they obviously are not understanding Purchase has been a starter up until this year. You know, if it wasn't for a guy named TJ Tampa on the other side, Purchase would have got all the accolades.
No, yeah. He was playing opposite him.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just like, you know, we're not talking about some freshman coming off the bench. You're talking about a dude who's played tons and tons of snaps. So I'm like, yeah, sure, keep picking on him. Keep picking on him.
Well, that was one thing. I mean, Jontez Williams had an awesome game, but I thought Purchase, just the way he came back, because that first quarter, he gets dinged, and then he had, I think he had a couple PIs. But he came back strong. I mean, he played. Yeah, I thought he had a great game after that. So.
Oh, absolutely.
And Baylor has dudes on the outside, and their tight end. You know, I thought their quarterback was good too. So yeah, it's not like he's out there getting beat by some,
Yeah. But as everybody started to get back on the field and we're with our 11s, I'm like, shit. For a while there, it was almost like we just had our whole second string out there. So as those dudes started coming back in the game, and then it kind of changed, and it also changed for the offense. And
thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. The offense started. The line kind of took over.
Well, I thought it really started with the special teams, the pump block.
Yes.
That place went berserk.
Nice to be on the other end of one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the last time he blocked a punt?
Well, no, Porter had one earlier this year. Porter's blocked 4 in his career, but what was it against? I forget who it was against, but yeah, he's had one this year. But for a touchdown, we haven't blocked one for a touchdown since like the 90s. Actually, they said it was LaMarcus Hicks, and I just saw on Twitter his son committed to Iowa State just what was it, a week and a half ago or something.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool. He was the last one to do it. His dad.
He decommitted from Northern Illinois.
Yeah,
and committed to Iowa State. And then we took another one, but that's another thing. So yeah, we took 2 from Northern Illinois. So I'm sure they'll be trying to get us on the schedule. But that the block punt, huge turnaround. I mean, it was 14-3, then 14-6, and then we had the that touchdown to Bramer was an unbelievable play.
Yes.
And the announcers were talking about that was a popular play in the NFL last year. So Moser putting that in,
Yep.
you know,
Tight end
just another added wrinkle teams got now.
That tight end delay.
Yeah, and then boom, the block punt. So what was the touchdown? What was that? What was that kid's name? Matson.
Yep.
Yeah. So those Iowa State unsung heroes coming up big, picks that up, scurries out into the end zone, touchdown. Half comes up, it's 19-14, the good guys. And yeah, landslide after that.
I mean, Baylor scored one more time because they went up 21-19.
Right.
But yeah,
they came out, scored on their initial drive.
Yep.
And didn't say boo after that.
So how are you feeling about that when they did
Basically.
that? Were you worried then at all?
No, because the defense was back.
Yeah.
The defensive players were back, and the offense had started getting it going. I mean, I knew Baylor wouldn't roll over. They've got the athletes.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. Okay, you scored. I didn't think that they would. I didn't think that they were going to keep. I knew we could keep scoring on their defense. I didn't think they could keep scoring on ours.
Yeah. Well, that play by Wood. I mean, they were driving, and then Dantes Williams had that interception in the end zone. I mean, then Baylor pretty much quit after that.
Oh yeah. No, that was a great play. Horrible play by the QB, but we appreciate you for it. Yeah. Shout out to you. I'll give you a helmet sticker for that one. But yeah, it was a second half takeoff. Definitely a tale of two halves. Rocco throws for 277. He had the pick. He had the 2 touchdowns. The rushing game, 45 rushes. What's that? 265.
Our guy, Jackson.
We almost had 2 dudes rush for 100.
Again.
I thought that they were gonna give Hanson the ball one more time to try to get him to 3 yards, but then I'm like, Matt Cable ain't gonna do that shit.
I think in conference we're running for like 230 something a game.
Yeah. So, the only person that didn't have a good rushing game was Busama. Go figure. I played him.
Jeez. Have you got Jackson yet? Have you picked him up?
No, I have not picked him up. The problem is I can't risk running back by committees.
True.
I just can't risk. I didn't. I mean, the only reason I got Sama, but I didn't think it was going to be running back by committee when I drafted him.
So
as high as I did.
So do you like how they're doing that? Would you keep doing it? You keep Sama at the touches he's getting, or would you to keep him engaged, or do you just go with your other 2?
Well, if they're gonna still come with a zone blocking for him, then give him his 5 touches and go put him on the fucking bench, because you're not utilizing that track speed by having him have to stutter step and dance and look for holes and shit. Jackson's more. I think he's more better served for that than.
I think he has better. I think he has better vision. I don't know if Sama's seeing,
I mean, think of the K-State games. There were no moves.
Yeah.
It was just boom.
Exactly right.
Holes are open up and you're gone.
Yeah.
And now you're asking him to be Brees Hall. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing clips of him at Southeast Polk where he's finding holes in the backfield.
No. I mean, he didn't have to.
You know,
he had Caden Proctor blocking for him in high school. You know.
Yeah. So I just if that's how you're going to run him, then yeah, I don't think you're going to get much out of him. But we don't have the analytics anymore, do we?
Actually, we do.
Oh yeah.
While y'all were talking, I just had to look them up. I forgot to end my subscription. Sorry. Sorry, Heather. Sorry, Heather. Yeah.
Hey, I'm the king of that. If I don't put it in the calendar, I'll never remember.
You can write out to the podcast in Williams Media Company.
Nice. So, what are we trying to find?
The blocking scheme.
Okay, got you.
That was pretty cool.
Hell, I don't remember how I found it last time.
Well, we'll just keep talking.
Got you.
But yeah, no, a dominant run performance. I mean, we had 265 and they had 80.
Yeah. They didn't really try.
They threw for 258. Most of that probably came in the first half.
Yeah.
Including most of that 80 on the ground. No, defense was just lights out in that second half, for sure. And Iowa State had it going on both in all three facets.
Yeah.
All right, I found it.
Okay.
Between zone and gap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For Sama, it was 6 zone, 2 gap. Jalen Jackson 12 zone, 3 gap. Hansen 5 zone, 10 gap.
Yeah. So if Hansen's not running, sounds like they're running mostly zone. They only running the gap for Hansen now, and the other two are getting a lot of zone.
I just don't understand when you've got a dude who can run that fast, why you just don't get him to the hole and let him have a chance to be gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or shoot, I mean, run some screens or some shit like that for him. Put him in the slot and have him do a jet sweep.
Yeah. Well,
you got to figure out how to get that dude the ball.
Honestly, one thing is we don't know if he's 100%. If he's got something, because like you said, that first game he got dinged up, and nobody ever said anything about. It was just like nobody really noticed. So you don't know.
True.
That may have something to do.
You're right.
If he's dealing with a nagging ankle or something, where he can't cut back. So
then you definitely don't need to be running zone.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
I don't know.
If you got something like that and you're playing, you just need straightforward, like Hansen's getting. Just run it up there, and you don't have to necessarily worry about wear and tear because you're literally running 3 running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, it was what 15, 15, and 8 for Jackson, Hansen, and Sama.
Oh wow.
Yep.
It's not like if you ran a gap up the middle and he got hit. I mean, well, you know what? He's pretty much coming out the game next anyway.
So what did Sama end up with his 8 carries?
17 yards.
Yeah,
17.
4 of those carries went on the right end.
Yeah. It always seems they run into the right. I don't know. Who knows?
So I mean,
Hansen had a good mix.
Man, let me go. We're 5-0. We rushed for 265 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm be a nitpicker. I'm just I gotta find something. Apparently, I can't be happy 100%. Even though we made all our field goals, we blocked and punt, we got interceptions. Only thing we didn't really get was a sack.
We had
Uh,
all those long passes. Noel had that one big, or Noel had two. The one in the first half was crazy catch. I was right in front of him. I mean, he totally turned around and caught that. But he had the big one in the second half too. Higgins got another touchdown. He had a big catch, and then obviously Bramer's two big ones. So,
I mean, 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
For Higgins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next closest in the NCAA is 5. So
I don't know why I just thought of Magnum PI. Higgins, sorry. For y'all who are too young for that reference.
I think probably anybody watching this probably knows who Magnum PI is, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, wait, didn't they remake it?
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
So I'm not sure if the house person is Higgins or not. So who knows?
Man,
but only 4 dudes caught passes.
That's crazy to me.
Higgins 5, Higgins 8, Noel 5, Kramer's 2, and Tyler Moore caught that one 14 yards.
Oh, right.
So yeah, just the 4 people. Sucks to be that third wide receiver because you're pretty much just out there blocking with no real shot of getting the ball. Which is why I think we've seen so many dudes run out there since old boy got hurt. So
BJ, you don't have Rocco's stats up there, do you?
I can pull them up.
It just seems like a real, like you're talking about like how few people caught passes, but they were all. A lot of those were huge plays, It just seems like they're real efficient on that. When they need a big play, they go get it. So yeah, hopefully that trend continues.
Yeah, he was 2 of 3 between the numbers for 20 or throws 20 plus yards.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
5 of 5 down the. I mean, actually, overall, between 10 and 20 yards depth wise, it was 6 of 6 of 8. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All the F-bombs I done dropped and you censoring yourself. much appreciated.
Vernon's got an image to keep, William.
Yeah. I have none.
Please.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, he had a pretty clean pocket. It looks like too most of the game. So that's awesome.
He had some good runs too. Did you guys notice that? He had a couple big first down to get first down. Rushes.
I mean, they had no sacks either. So
yeah.
I mean, he was 3 for 28 on the ground. So he had that 15-yarder. So I mean, he nobody's gonna confuse him with Michael Vick, but he ain't Peyton Manning either.
So were you? There was some frustration in the crowd, like where because Haycock he's like, I'm staying with the Russian 3. It probably had a lot to do with you're playing walk on middle linebacker, but that kid did have one pressure though. But for the most part, in the first half, Haycock was just like, I'm just rushing 3, and I don't know. It seemed like people were getting a little excited, because the guy was standing back there he had time, and and then that with the pass interferences, yeah. But then again, that's nitpicking too.
No, there were some times where I thought they needed to dial up some pressure and send somebody to at least make this dude think.
Yeah.
maybe at least have it appear like people are coming.
Yeah.
And but
a lot of that probably has to do with the trust he has in the safeties. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean those guys, you really don't have to worry about them for the most part.
I mean, yeah, you got that steady three back there. So I guess you're afforded some leeway.
Yeah.
Knowing you got those three plus a purchase, and the way John says Williams is playing right now, you got 5 dudes back there.
Yeah.
That that 5 of your 3-3-5 is playing exceptionally well.
Yes.
This season. So you're afforded the ability to do some different things up front, and that helps. Like you said, we're hurting the linebacker because of injuries. So when you got 5 dudes back there that are playing this well, it eases the burden of those that second 3.
Yep.
But we were texting during the game, BJ and I, talking about homeboys' nicknames. I'm like, okay, the Action Jackson was okay, but it got old. But then I had to stick the fork in him. He was done. So he gonna bring out the damn Dancing Hanson.
Right.
Yeah, my dad texted me.
I'm like, okay.
I was like, really? What? I mean, that
okay,
dude,
Chris Berman,
there's
you're trying too hard.
Yeah, there's no.
Thank you,
dude. He runs straight.
Like Dancing Hanson, and then the play-by-play dude brought out the Hanson brothers. And first I thought he was gonna make a slap shot reference, but no, he went Bop instead. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
all right,
that's rough.
Yeah, that was.
But I don't know what y'all think about what Jalen Jackson is doing right now.
I think it's awesome. I think he's clearly RB1. He's my guy.
He's balling out, and he deserves as many touches as he can handle.
Like we talked before, though, I think they stay with the. I don't think you really mess with the rotation.
I mean, unless somebody's just going off.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the way they're doing it, it is kind of like the hot hand deal. I mean, at any point in time, someone can come alive, and then it's like, hey, whatever we're running, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jackson is, like I said, planting his foot in the ground. I mean, his damn footwork is just wow.
Yeah, because he like to get to that one touchdown where he just smoked that safety. That guy was all turned around, but the move he made just to get to that hole, and then he saw that guy, and he turned that guy all the way around.
Right. Dude needs to be on a basketball court.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I would love to be a. I guess with those blocking analytics, I would love to be able to ask Moser questions about why do you choose these blocking schemes for these dudes. But once again, 5-0.
Hey, you will have to get a media credential, William. You can go to the press conference and be like, dude.
I need to start working that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
you can get a press box seat too.
There you go. They would kick us out immediately.
That's true. You can't cheer up there. You can show. Yeah, you can't show any favoritism whatsoever.
I was more talking about why are these motherfuckers drunk?
I wouldn't be worried about the cheering, but that the swearing. Do they allow the swearing?
Oh, got you. That is true too. Yes.
Come tapping us on the shoulder. So traditionally, when we sit up here in the press box, we don't go tailgate at 6 a.m. We just we kind of mill around. We eat. You know, we might have a drink, probably a soda or a juice. But you guys, I mean, Jesus, this dude smells like beer. This dude smells like weed.
Dude,
What the hell we got going on here?
most of them were probably.
And now they're cheering. Why is that one dude trying to talk to Moser?
He's trying to get on the elevator.
Tell us about what he ran in college football 25.
Yeah.
So the final was 43-21.
We're gonna see
over.
Oh, I just wanted to see what BJ's prediction was from last week, because I know he predicted the fast start and everything.
He had 33-20.
That's pretty close.
Pipes, you had 27-13.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be low scoring.
I had it 35-17.
There you go.
So, and I had Jackson. BJ, you had Higgins. Pipes, you had Singleton. Awesome. We're 5-0, fellas.
How about that?
We
True.
are 5-0.
That's nice.
Like, here's how long it's been since we were 5-0. I wasn't even a fan.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner.
In 1980,
Barry Switzer.
I was still firmly in the pocket of the Oklahoma Sooners. So there, and what's weird is that seems so long ago.
It was long ago, William.
I didn't need that add in. But yeah, that's how long it's been. I mean, in 1980, I wasn't even a teenager.
Me neither. I was in the third grade. But that's where it all started. Dwayne Crutchfield.
Damn, so I was in the 6th grade then. VJ, you would have been in the 9th.
Got Crutchfield's autograph back there on the wall. Hell yeah.
There you go. So yeah. So now we turn the page on the Baylor Bears. And we go for the 3rd night game in a row.
Primetime Cyclones, man. Primetime Cyclones.
Yeah. The boys, I ain't even going to try to sing, but your boys are heading to West Virginia to take on the Mountaineers. And brace yourself, Hawkeye fans.
Oh, yeah.
They're introducing their Coal Rush uniform, and they're all black.
Oh no!
And here's the crazy thing: they don't have black in their color scheme.
Oh no!
So what I'm gonna need y'all to do is I'm gonna need you to hop on every Facebook page of West Virginia, every Twitter page of West Virginia, every Instagram. Get on the threads. I'm gonna need y'all to go over those pages and start screaming and hooting and hollering about, oh my God, wear your team colors. They don't have black in there. They're blue and they're gold. I need to hear that same shit. Oh, I'm sorry. You probably can't hear me because y'all are in football hospital after that ass whipping you got from Ohio State. My bad. Just order another Jell-O cup and maybe you'll be out for the next game.
Damn.
Anyway, now back to our beloved Clones, since it is a Cyclone state.
11th rated Cyclones.
Just climbing those charts, baby. The new predictions came out, and
oh man, hey,
Most of the ESPN dudes got your boys in the playoff. One's got them as the 4 seed winning the Big 12.
See, dude, that like gets a lot of play around here on sports talk, and I'm like, come on, we're not even halfway through the season, and you're out trying to talk playoffs. It's just like,
well,
you know,
you gotta have something to talk about. I don't think there should be any ranking until week 8.
yeah.
But you gotta get them clicks in.
Even if there wasn't a ranking, though, I mean, they would talk about that because of how the conference is stacking up. You know,
like I mean, people around here said stuff to me, and I'm like, look, go look at our November schedule. That shit's rough.
I'm worried about. Actually, I'm more worried about this game than the November schedule, for real.
But I mean, I'm just saying, when you're talking about the whole thing, I mean, that November is a gauntlet.
Yeah.
This weekend might be the hardest game, but that November schedule is a goddamn gauntlet. I said, if we get out of that, I got no doubt that we're a playoff team. But that's then. Yeah. This is now. And we've got West Virginia, and they ain't no punk. Now, Clones open at a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 53.5. They beat up Oklahoma State last weekend.
Dude, Oklahoma State.
I mean,
they have the 130th ranked defense in the nation now. There's only 3 worse teams. It's like, what the hell?
All I know is I was in the grocery store, passed by the milk aisle, and there was Ollie Gordon's face on the carton.
He's gone.
But yeah, I don't take what happened with Oklahoma State as a good or bad thing for West Virginia. Right now, Oklahoma State is bad. So I guess you can say they did what they were supposed to do when you play a bad team.
Yeah.
So they took care of business.
Yeah, you're playing a Big 12 team on the road. All kinds of things can happen. Ask TCU.
Absolutely.
Oh no, TCU was at
home. They've got so they're wearing their Coal Rush unis. It's going to be a raucous atmosphere. It always is in Morgantown. It's going to be the blackout. Hopefully, you're like old school Cyclone fans. You see a bunch of people wearing yellow and blue protesting because that's not their colors. So, I mean, West Virginia's played a good schedule. You know, they lost to Penn State by 22, beat Albany, then lost to Pitt by 4, beat Kansas by 4. Another team where I'm just like,
that's
and then beat up Okie State. But they've got back-to-back tough-ass games coming up. They got us, and then they got to go, and then they got K-State. So, they're in their own little mini gauntlet. And shit, if Arizona wakes up, and then they got Cincinnati, so they've got their own little. I mean, they're still vying for Big 12 championship.
Yeah,
so, these games are as important to them as they are to us. And this almost could end up being the first of an elimination game.
Yeah.
Because pretty much every game after these are kind of elimination games when it comes to getting in that conference championship. So the biggest thing coming out of that Oklahoma State game for West Virginia is Green went out. He did come back. But after he came back, there wasn't a whole lot of passing. Of course, really didn't need to. But he was able to do things with his legs as well. So, good thing for Iowa State. Nothing they haven't dealt with all season. A quarterback who can run.
He's
So
a real good runner though.
I mean, it's kind of par for the course where they've got to deal with. I wish that Arkansas State had ran their quarterback more, because this would have been because he's a good runner, and that would have been a good test for the Cyclones going into a game like this.
Well, Houston both, they ran both those guys. I think West Virginia will do something similar to how Houston ran their offense.
And I took a peek at a couple of things. They're certain that they can run the ball. Guess what? Surprise, surprise! Everybody can until you get to the red zone. Guess what? Cyclone fans no longer panic because the dude broke off a 15-yard run between the 20s.
Yeah.
It's
so I did some research today too. I was listening to this West Virginia podcast, and the dude was doing like a mailbag thing of questions, and he was just basically like, yeah, their offense isn't good, their defense isn't good either. And I was just like, okay. I was like, this is interesting. I'm like, no respect at all. Yeah.
Well, everybody's got to have their homer.
Because like one of them, they're like, oh, their passing offense is eight, in the Big 12. And it's like, well, like I was talking before, it's like, yeah, but it's damn efficient. They can big plays. So anyway.
Well, the reason why it's 8 is because it hasn't needed to be 1 through 7.
Well, yeah,
because guess what? You've been in shootouts, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Other teams have been in shootouts.
Yeah.
We ain't been in a shootout yet. We haven't had any reason. We haven't been behind like that, where all of a sudden we got to be slinging it all over the place.
Well, then the other guy was kind of like, well, they are running it for like 230 yards a game the last 3 games, But then they just totally glossed us over. But whatever.
That's what you do when you're an outsider.
Yeah.
But
still,
West Virginia's over on that part of the Big 12.
Have you watched some West Virginia game? I watched quite a bit of the Pitt game and the Penn State game. So it's like, at least we have, at least I do. Have an opinion of what I saw from those games.
But and you know what? I think part of that is let's keep the fan base riled up.
Yeah.
You talk just to keep your fan base going. Guess what? Majority of the fan base knows that they can easily get their ass whipped.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah. Because
they can.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those, you want the fan base hyped up, so you downplay. You probably point at the first game of the season and be like, look at that. And look at as bad as Iowa is. They didn't put up a whole bunch of points on them. And, I'm sure you say things like that to keep your fan base activated. Cool.
They were trying to figure out, like if that Oklahoma State game actually meant anything. If it was actually a good win, They're
on paper, I say on paper, yeah. But when you break down what the hell Oklahoma State is right now,
it's bad.
Beating them is they've beaten 2 teams in the Big 12 that came in with lofty expectations and have fallen flat on their face.
Yes.
This is the first game that they're actually having to play a team that's doing what people thought that they were going to do.
And Kansas, I don't know if you have it up there, William, but didn't Kansas play them pretty close? Like
it was a 4-point game.
Yeah, so Kansas had a chance to win. They basically lost in the fourth quarter,
Yes.
So
Kansas is 1-5, and Oklahoma State is, I mean, they're 3-3 against South Dakota State. You know, they somehow beat Arkansas, and then they beat Tulsa, and then they haven't sniffed it. They haven't even come close to a win since. Granted, it's been Utah, K-State, and West Virginia, but like I said, none of those games were even close. So I don't see that as a we beat them. But yeah, you beaten Kansas and Oklahoma State. Now you somehow beat Iowa State this week. Okay, hats off to you.
They're going to be fired up. I mean, obviously you got the number 11 team coming in for your blackout. You know, they're going to be fired up. So what do you guys think about? So Anthony Beck, you know, Rocco's dad, is getting inducted to the West Virginia Hall of Fame at halftime. Do you think that gonna have Rocco a little fired up, a little any extra juice?
I don't know. What do you think, BJ?
Yeah, it could. I mean,
West Virginia didn't really recruit him, or didn't. They didn't.
I don't think that he approaches this as a revenge game. I mean, I think he's going to keep a level head about it.
Yeah,
be focused.
Doesn't want to try to show out though. Not necessarily revenge. It's just like, here we go.
But I mean, to me, I'm still saying no, just because I don't think that he carries himself in that way. He just, you know, whatever's going to take for the team to win.
I don't think his dad will allow it.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, his dad has said so much as what he's most impressed with Rocco is just his level-headedness and with all the, he said with all the, you know, with the mentals. So yeah. So I mean,
and they got to realize Anthony Beck is only going to be West Virginia on Saturday during halftime.
Yeah, I did see something on Twitter. They're like, well, what shirt does he wear? You know?
Yeah, he'll don something at halftime.
Yeah.
First, second quarter, third, fourth quarter, he's gonna be Iowa State all the way. I mean, and it would be awful of anybody to even question why.
Oh yeah.
So no, I mean the only thing that sucks is they can't be out there to see it.
Yeah.
I mean that's the bad thing. That's the only bad thing is he can't be out there to see that.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they're whipping West Virginia's ass and Campbell says, "Nah." That'd be hilarious.
Go get your
go on out there.
Go get your hot dog. Watch your dad get into the Hall of Fame.
Go on out. Walk out there with him, with the family. And yeah, but no. So I mean, what are we thinking? Is it going to be another one of those? Do we get another blowout?
We got to let BJ start. He's the one that always tells us how it's going to go.
I mean, tell us what you.
Come on, BJ.
I mean, tell us how you feeling about Saturday's game.
Well, I mean, so someone, I forgot which one of you already referenced this, and I think to the average viewer, it's going to look like. Well, actually, it's going to look like there's a lot of offense, but the actuality of the game is going to be a very close scoring game, and there won't be as many points on the board for each team as what it looks as the action that you see on the field. Meaning, I think it was Pipes that made a comment, or maybe it was you, William, that made a comment about how, you know, they're going to get those 15-yard runs and all that, but once they get that close to that red zone, things clamp up. But I think it's going to be for both sides. I think there's going to be some explosive plays, but the score is not going to be. It's going to be a high score. Here, I'll just jump the gun. I believe the score is going to be 28-27. 28-27.
Oh shit!
There's going to be a lot.
30s or 40s.
Right. No, exactly. And that's what I think most people are thinking. But I truly believe we're going to get, you know, a lot of folks are going to make their fantasy managers happy with the yardage, but I don't think the touchdown explosion's going to be there. There we go.
So is it the good guys? The good guys going to get the 28?
So I'm gonna have to go back to what was my prediction at the beginning of the year.
We all had this one as a loss.
You had clones.
Okay, it's
Oh,
28-27 Iowa State. I'll stay with it.
All right.
We had West Virginia fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
For some
okay.
reason,
Oh, good. There we go. Someone's winning this weekend.
That's what we had preseason.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Iowa State 2027. Again, I think between the 20s, lots of movement. It's just getting in that red zone.
Well, it's funny because I also have it a 1-point game.
Oh
Ooh.
damn.
Higher score?
I have it 24-23.
Okay.
Since we're jumping the gun, I mean, I'll just throw
My
mine
bad.
out there.
I was all excited. I was all excited for Burton. I mean, because I was sitting there at the game last weekend. I'm like, geez, here he goes again. I'm like, he's all over it. So, yeah, sorry.
So, Pipes, you want to give yours, or you want to just, or you want to wait?
No, no. I've been kind of waffling on my score, and I'm changing my preseason prediction. For some reason, I'm thinking some weird score like 29 to 24.
We like safeties.
Yeah, something crazy is going to happen.
There we go. And
Maybe
you
we
said
block another punt out of the end zone or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone pulls a Will Levis.
Yeah. So we all got the clones. How did we get here? What's happened in the game to get us there?
Over the top, just like Penn State did to them. I think between Rocco and Higgins and Noel, they're as good as anybody Penn State has. I think it's going to be like that.
Oh, hell yeah. Because Drew Aller is ass. I had to move into my mic just to make sure everybody heard that.
Dang.
Oh, man.
He's going to be like every other Penn State quarterback in the NFL.
And the Pitt game, hell, they were dominating that. I watched that. I'm like, I don't know. But Pitt did the same thing. Over the top, down the middle. So I like Vernon had the stats there before. Rocco down the middle, 20 plus. He's kind of money.
Yeah, I too agree that it's going to be more through the air than by land.
Yep, and Bramer too. Bramer's clutch down the middle too.
Nice. Well, I'm debating on whether to start Rocco or Dylan Gabriel for fantasy football.
Dude, you gotta listen. You gotta listen to the guy. He already told you.
But it's Dylan Gabriel at home, and they're going to have to score a lot of points because they're playing Ohio State.
I'm telling you. Have you not listened to me in like the last 3 weeks? He's like on it.
You're jinxing me right now. You are jinxing me right now.
Hey, for fantasy football purposes, he ain't done nothing for me. He's just talking about the game. We talking about fantasy football.
Okay, all right.
You know, you take your chance. You take your chance.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna bench Avery Johnson because K-State's playing Colorado. You know that's gonna be a shootout. Shit, they might be playing until Sunday morning.
So, you want Colorado in that one? Since you brought that one up, I was like, I think I do. That'd be K-State's second loss. That's tough.
Oh yeah, I'm all for K-State losing.
Yeah.
Shit, they only lose the rest of their goddamn games as far as I'm concerned.
So do y'all know the defensive tendencies of West Virginia? I mean, do they like to blitz a lot?
I didn't hear anything about that, but I heard they've been dealing with a lot of injuries too. and their
Okay.
and young linebackers. So
And they're linebackers?
yeah,
Ooh, okay. Well,
they have young injuries, and they have young kind of like us. They're kind of dealing with the same stuff we are. But they were also talking about. They're like, yeah, we haven't been beat over the top, last couple games. They're like maybe that problem's fixed. It's like,
Well, no, because you got two quarterbacks that can't get the ball over the top.
yeah,
You haven't played a team in the last two games that had the ability to do that. Alan Bowman is worse than Drew Aller, and we all know how I felt about him. But their defense, they have through 5 games, they have 11 sacks.
you're the haunted house, there, Vernon. Door creaks open and bam. I'm sorry. I had to say that.
Oh, dang.
You hear that, William?
Huh?
You hear the creaky door?
No, I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah, you were talking. Holy
Yes,
cow.
he was talking.
Yeah.
It was like
So 11 sacks. They have 3 picks, and they've recovered 2 fumbles. So, I mean, I believe if they've had any fumbles themselves, then they're negative in the turnover margin.
I mean, the biggest thing
because they've thrown 5 picks.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing as far as our defense is just slowing down their run, making even if dude is somehow miraculously 100% for them, he's only a 58% completion guy, but he's a runner. So keep him contained, make it where he has to throw.
Yeah. I mean, he's almost. I mean, the Donaldson has 71 carries, White has 56, and Green has 55. But I believe White is the main back, but he was injured.
Yeah.
Because I also have him on fantasy football.
He's a smaller guy, kind of quick, a little bit bigger than Jackson, but kind of that same.
5'7", 195.
Yep, just a little bigger.
I'm going to say the key is the trench play. The offensive and defensive lines here. I that's why I asked about their tendency on defense. I think their linebackers are decent. I'm looking at PFF stuff right now.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at their defensive line. I think the middle is a little pudgy, a little squishy. I think the outsides will be a little tough. So if we can get to that second level, obviously, goes without saying that'll be nice. On the offensive side, though, their offensive line looks pretty doggone good.
Yeah, they have 2. That's another thing that their guys talked about. They have 2 pro tackles. They brought that up. So
yeah. This one, the left tackle, he's rated on PFF 2nd overall in college football.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Millum, I think is his name. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I mean, if we can get any pressure on the quarterback, like you said, if he's only throwing the ball at 50%.
I don't even know if it's pressure. I think it's just keep him in lanes. Where he has to throw it. Make him make a throw. Not give him that.
Well,
that
I mean, he's been sacked 10 times.
Okay.
So, I mean,
let's go, people.
Well, here we go.
I mean, he's got 7. He's thrown 7 touchdowns, thrown 4 picks, and been sacked 10 times.
I say, if we can get some pressure, that would be nice. To force him to make some decisions, just like we wanted to do with the Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's what they ended up doing. I mean, that's what won us that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oklahoma State was able to sack him twice.
Oh.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
No kidding. Yeah.
Well, obviously they hit it good enough to mess up his shoulder. You know.
And Kansas sacked him 3 times. So he's been sacked 5 times in the last 2 games.
All right.
All right.
We about to double that.
Hopefully. That would be nice.
That would be sweet.
That would be nice. Game watch at your house, Pipes? You have
Yep,
one?
it's on. Oh yeah. Fired up.
DJ, where you gonna be? What city you gonna be in?
I already had a text like we gotta do the game watch next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, we're on it. Yeah.
I will be in Clear Lake, Iowa.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
A rare home watch.
Right. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Daggone it. Nope. There is one more tournament. Daggone it. Yes.
No, well, all right. I get to go one more.
Well, you haven't been at home for any of the games yet, have you?
No.
Well, then keep it that way.
All right.
No kidding.
Fair enough.
Hey, speaking of that, William. So we saw the Cyclone script from the Walden era, you know, and I obviously had to text you right away about, oh boy, this has got me where, you know, Vernon obviously has to text and talk us off the ledge about it, but yeah, that was like my biggest work. I felt good about the game until they said they were going to wear that, but yeah.
Oh shit.
Then I had a flat tire on the way to the game. I was like, oh no.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough. But Cyclones do what they do.
Nice. Perfect. I'll be right here in this chair watching this game.
There we
like
go.
Always. So yeah. Well, there you have it, people. The 3 of us all picking the clones.
Oh wait. Did we pick MVPs?
Oh no.
Oh no. Go ahead. Anybody?
Ooh, you start, Vernon. Cause see, I don't know if I want to. Here goes back to my damn fandom thing. I picked Singleton last week and he got hurt. You know, so I'm not. I know who I want to go with. Screw it. Go ahead, BJ.
Oh, I was like, go ahead. I'm going to go with Malik.
Yeah.
You going Verdon?
Yeah, that's correct. Put that P after his initials, MV. Now I sound like the commentators from last week.
You're not going to go with Dancing Hanson?
Oh my gosh. Please stop. Oh, make it stop.
That's terrible. I'm going to go with Rocco.
Yeah, I like that one. I really like that one.
Rocco for you as well?
I'm going to go offensive line, rush game, and protection. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
If that happens, it's not going to be close. I mean, it'll. Yeah, if the offensive line can control the game, I like it. I like our chances.
Cool. Well, there you have it. Baylor's out. West Virginia up next. Let's ruin their blackout.
Make another record.
Let's make them never want to wear them Coal Rush uniforms again, Cyclone. For those people who made the trip to Morgantown, I believe Kevin Monroe will probably do that because he usually does, since he's out there in that area. Cheer loud. Be louder than them.
Yes.
Cyclone fans in our one little strip of section.
Yeah.
Hey, be as loud there as I was in 2009 when I was at Memorial Stadium cheering on the Cyclones. That bad boy was dead silent.
There we go.
Hopefully it'll be silent in Morgantown and y'all can be loud.
Yeah, it'll be a sad blackout. Sad blackout.
What? All right, people. You know what we do. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Go Clones.